The Greenbrier Lullaby, an eerie hum that changes your plans. That can't be true, can it? Hi, I'm Allie.
And I'm Brianne. I survived Allie dragging me out for a midnight stakeout last night, by the way.
Okay, but you admit that trail cam caught something weird. Like, that mist blob had legs.
Condensation has legs now. Sure. Anyway, welcome to the Vale. Unsolved and unbelievable.
All right, moving on. Today we're heading into Pittman Center, Tennessee, and the local legend folks call the Greenbrier Lullaby.
A lullaby that makes you extend your holiday. Sounds like excellent marketing. Sorry, not sorry.
Here's the deal. Pittman Center is this small town in Sevier County, just 8 miles east of Gatlinburg. It basically wraps around a valley called Emmert's Cove along the middle fork of the Little Pigeon River. It borders the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, right by the Greenbrier entrance, so you've got hikers and anglers rolling through at dawn and dusk all the time. US 321 cuts through, and Tennessee Route 416 connects you up to Sevierville on US 411. The whole town nestles under Webb Mountain. The cove sort of cuts into that ridge. The neighborhoods and the school and city stuff sit right above where Webb Creek meets the Middle Fork, and the park boundary is like a literal line at the end of the street in places. It's very gateway vibes.
And yet tiny. Population under 500 in 2020. A proper dot on the map with very pretty views and lots of passing cars.
Totally. Small police department too. Like a chief and 3 full-time officers. Tourism is the big economic engine because the park is literally next door. And the town's got this distinctive look, even down to the road signs. Gold lettering on olive green, which, kind of matches the Smokies forest palette. It all sets a mood. History-wise, this place has deep roots. Families like the Emmerts and the Schultzes settled the cove after the 1785 Treaty of Dumplin Creek opened up what's now Sevier County. There's even a modern covered bridge, Emmert's Cove Covered Bridge, built in 2000 to honor Frederick Emmert. Looks old-timey, sits over the river, super photogenic, and the wood makes it kind of sing when the wind hits it. And the education history is huge here. In 1919, a Methodist minister, Dr. John Burnett, got funding, $15,000 thanks to Reverend Eli Pittman from New York, to start a settlement school. By late 1920, the Pittman Community Center opened on Garfield Scott's old farm near the river confluence, and it grew to something like 15 buildings. They ran a general store, a post office, even a small hospital. Students literally kept it running by canning tomatoes and growing apples. It was a full-on community hub.
That part is honestly brilliant. Low cash economy, teach practical skills, and the campus sustains itself. 10 out of 10 for applied learning.
Later, the county bought the school in 1955. It merged into Gatlinburg-Pittman High in the 1960s, and eventually the town incorporated in 1974. The only original school building left is the old Home Economics building, and that's City Hall now. It's on the National Register of Historic Places, so it's got those creaky floors and that sense of, lived-in purpose. Okay, back to the story. The Greenbrier Lullaby. Locals whisper that at dusk, especially around the Emmert's Cove Covered Bridge and up near City Hall, the old Home Ec building, you can hear this soft hum float along the river. It drifts in like a mother's lullaby. No words, just a rise and fall. And here's the superstition. If you hear it, your plans change. You end up staying one more night in Pittman Center. People swear this happens.
People also swear their sat-nav is out to get them. Point is, swearing is not data.
Here's what went down. I heard it. It was a September evening. Fog laying flat along the middle fork. I'd stepped out under the eaves of the old Home Ec building after helping tidy up from a community event. The air was that cool, glassy quiet where even the river sounds crisp. The hum came from the bridge. Not a song I knew, but the kind of tune you feel in your chest. I started walking that way. Every few paces it shifted, like the bridge was shaping it. Webb Mountain went dark blue behind me. The gold-on-green road signs caught the last light, and the river pushed over stones. A couple I'd seen at the Greenbrier trailhead earlier were parked by the bridge, windows down, just listening. The guy goes real low. We heard it up by the turnoff, followed us down. And I got that tingling feeling like the park was breathing, and the cove was the echo chamber.
Right. Valleys and coves absolutely bounce sound. Temperature inversions trap it. Running water adds masking noise. Wooden structures like a covered bridge act like a resonator box. All textbook acoustics.
Totally. I read the same stuff. But then I heard a second voice. So close it felt like harmony more than sound. It was like the place itself humming along. And here's a wild bit of the lore. Some folks say the lullaby has the color of a very famous local voice. You know who I mean. People fold Dolly's name into it because she was born in a one-room cabin out there in Sevier County, near the Pittman Center area. The Smokies are in her bones. Everyone knows that.
Let's be precise. The birthplace is usually listed as Locust Ridge in Sevier County. It's commonly described as near Pittman Center, but saying it's inside the incorporated town is contested. So if you're hearing Dolly on the wind, that's probably your brain primed by local stories and, frankly, decades of her music.
Fair. The point is, the cove is musical. The old settlement school vibe, kids canning tomatoes and apples, someone keeping time with a tune. It lingers. The superstition says if the lullaby finds you, you linger too. That couple by the bridge asked me about cabin rentals right there. They stayed an extra night. And me, I went back in and circled trails in the Greenbrier section I hadn't planned to hike. I mean, I changed my plans. Isn't that bananas?
Or it's suggestion doing what suggestion does. You'd just been marinating in history, fog, and a cozy soundscape. Add a bit of decision fatigue from travel. Your brain grabs the easiest, nicest option. Stay. Psychologically, that's mere exposure effect, plus a nudge from a good story. The couple? Same thing. They're by a national park entrance. Extending a holiday is not exactly supernatural.
So you think it's all acoustics and psychology?
Largely. The valley and river bends funnel sound. US 321 and TN 416 throw in tire hiss and engine notes. Dusk temperature inversions hold sound close. The covered bridge acts like a wooden amplifier. Insects and birds at twilight make harmonics people interpret as melody. And because locals mention a lullaby, your auditory system goes hunting for pattern. Pareidolia for the ears. Add a famous singer associated with the area and you're primed to hear that timbre. The stay one more night bit is classic folklore, a charming nudge that benefits a tourism economy without being cynical about it.
Or, hear me out. The cove keeps its songs. The park boundary pins the wild side. The town holds the home side. And in that seam, the old voices ride the air. I know the science, but sometimes the science is the instrument, not the musician.
Poetic, I'll give you that. But unless the National Park Service is secretly piping in gentle harmonies, conspiracy alert, that hum is physics plus feelings. The point is, both can be true in how it lands for people.
Back to the facts. Pittman Center's layout. Homes. The elementary school. Burnett Memorial Chapel. City Hall. Clusters right where Webb Creek meets the Middle Fork. The Emmerts Cove covered bridge sits over moving water. You've got a golf resort there, too. Bent Creek Golf Village, which at one point was town-owned before it became a private resort. All those pieces create a layered soundscape at dusk. I get it, but I'm telling you, I've stood there and felt the note hold like glass.
And I love that you felt it. Feeling enchanted by a place is allowed. My only push is, don't mistake the enchantment for evidence of ghosts or guardian choirs. The Dolly birthplace claim itself is a good caution. Close by, yes. Inside town lines, debated. Stories shift at the edges.
So we agree on this at least. Whether it's a literal lullaby or the cove's acoustics doing their thing, what hooks people is the feeling that certain places want you to slow down. Humans are magnets for that mystery.
We're wired for it. We chase the why even when there isn't a neat answer.
If you want to soak in the musical side of the Smokies and the area's culture, grab Dolly on Dolly. Interviews and encounters with Dolly Parton. It's a great window into how the region sings through her, you know, even beyond the geography quibbles.
All right, moving on. What are you doing after this, besides chasing fog with a recorder?
I mean, obviously I'm going back to the covered bridge. I've got fresh batteries and a thermos. If the lullaby wants me to stay out late, I'll oblige.
Text me if you start booking an extra night. I'll bring earplugs and a decibel meter just to ruin the mood.
Thanks for listening, friends. If you've heard the Greenbrier lullaby or any hometown hums, tell us. Until next time, keep your ears open and your mind curious.
And keep questioning the unknown. We'll see you under the veil.